Welcome to my playthrough of Sonic 2 for the Sega Genesis. This is a commentary, so I'll be tarnishing the game with my ghastly voice. Joining us is a two-tailed fox named Tails. Sega sure was creative with that one. Sonic is kind of a jerk and runs too fast though, so Tails won't get much screen time. In this video I'll be undertaking a super special challenge. I'll be collecting all 7 Chaos Emeralds in the very first zone in the game. Is such a feat possible? Yes. Is such a feat possible when I'm in control? Probably not. Let me explain a few things about what we're about to do here. The first thing we need to do is not suck. I know you already have that part covered, but I still need to work on that one. The second thing we need to do is touch a checkpoint post with 50 rings in hand. Now that we have 50 rings, we need to find the nearest checkpoint post. Touching the sparkles transports us to the special stage. And trust me, these stages are special. You heard the game, we've got to get 40 rings. Look at these mind-blowing graphics. It's almost like it's in 3D. Tails is a big hindrance in these stages. He takes your rings and then drops them everywhere like a bumbling idiot. He's that annoying guy who tries to help you out but always ends up ruining everything instead. You know the one. And that's why you should never trust a two-timing two-tailed fox with your money. By the way, the black things are bombs. You lose rings if you hit them, so don't hit them. Tails, of course, will be hitting them every chance he gets. If you want an easier time during these parts, go into options on the title screen and disable Tails from existence. It's too late for me though. I'm going all the way with Tails. Heads or tails? I chose tails. I should have used my head on that one. Did we do it? I think we did. We got our first Chaos Emerald. Only 6 more to go. This is going to be a long video. We're back in the real world. You'll notice that we're back down to 0 rings of all things. Yep, we gotta get 50 rings again. We must do this after every special stage. My life is at a special stage. We must also find another post because we can't use the same one twice. No double posting. Thankfully all the rings in the level respawn so we can repeatedly collect them. And we're already in special stage 2. That didn't take long. Start your engines. We're going in full throttle. It's a good thing Tails is here. He'll help us out by doing absolutely nothing. Whoa! What a wild ride this is. These graphics are really pushing the envelope. It doesn't matter how much you push the envelope, it'll still be stationary. Too cool for school. But not for pool. Tails will clear the way for us by smashing his face into any incoming bombs. What a nice guy. Tails would be really useful in a minefield. Mind your field. My mind is like a field. Bombs are bogus. I'm the bomb. Cool! Boy, these special stages sure are long. They're longer than the zone itself. This is going to be special stage the video. Or Tails Sucks the video. Or maybe I suck the video. I hope I don't bomb this challenge. This challenge is quite challenging. We made it by the skin of our teeth in this one. I'll need to brush my teeth after this. 2 down, 5 more to go. Back down to 0 rings again. What does Sonic do with them all? Does he have to pay a special toll to enter special stages? The ring monitors give you 10 rings using the power of the singularity and are very handy for this challenge. I'm going to start a band called Solar Panels. When we aren't playing music, we'll install solar panels into homes. Some of these posts are cleverly hidden with maximum cleverness. I hope you're not tired of special stages yet. I'm having a special time. This is how Sonic gets his daily exercise. Right off the bat, Tails gets hit by bombs. I would feel kind of sorry for the guy if I didn't find it so hilarious. No time to laugh though, because these stages are getting tougher. I need to toughen myself up for this. Let's get tough as nails, okay, Tails? Life must be tough being a two-tailed fox. That wasn't cool. I have 110 problems and this is one of them. The bombs have devised a cunning plan to appear in a circular pattern. This part is actually pretty easy. Tails just sucks at video games. I, however, am an expert professional. Or maybe a professional expert. More like neither. Blast it, Tails, stop getting blasted. Okay, it's at this point that things will start getting serious. So let's start getting serious. Make sure Tails doesn't get many rings because he'll lose them like a moron and then you'll lose like a moron. You could try putting a little more effort into this, Tails. You can never get good help these days. I can't believe it. I actually made it. I don't play games when I play games. The third Chaos Emerald is ours. These emeralds are causing me a lot of chaos. 4 emeralds remain. I'm starting to suspect that Sonic is secretly gambling away all of our rings. What a fiscally irresponsible hedgehog. There are no more posts in this act, so we must postpone our Emerald quest and go to Act 2. I never said we get all the emeralds in the first act. I don't think it's possible to do that unless you use cheat codes. It would violate my code of honor to use cheats. Act 2 is where most of the posts are, so we'll be spending the rest of our lives here. I feel like Sonic has a ring addiction. He might need to go into rehab. Time to sniff some sparkles. When Sonic gets a ring, what happens exactly? Does he grind them up and inhale them? That can't be good for his health. No wonder he's addicted. Sonic is a gold digger. My problems are getting bigger. Booming bombs blow boisterously. Business is booming. That was close, but we're not out of the woods yet. These woods are special. Oh, come on, Tails, get in the game. Oh wait, he already is in the game. This part is rather tricky. You have to swing back and forth between the bombs like a lunatic. I'm a lunatic for doing this. I don't like the color of this place. It scares me. Never fear, Tails is here. Somehow we made it past that case of craziness. And it's only going to get crazier. Tails, I've got no time to worry about you. You see that? He keeps dropping my rings. What a jerk! I think he's doing it on purpose. I can't work like this. Almost there. Yes, we did it! We bagged our 4th Chaos Emerald. We have this in the bag. I'm going to need a bag for all these emeralds. Getting 4 emeralds has made me sore, and now we need 3 more. Let's not waste any time and continue wasting our time. Some of the next posts are hard to get to, which means I'll do a poor job of getting to them. Don't worry, I'll just blame any of my shortcomings on Tails. It's his fault all the time. Need to make a sharp left turn here. Going backwards in a Sonic game? That's so backwards. Our next post is posted here. Commence the touching of sparklies. I like the special color of this stage. Okay, I'm about to blow your mind here. I actually plugged in a second controller to take control of Tails. For this part, I'm going to use 2 controllers at the same time to control both Sonic and Tails simultaneously. Am I insane? Yes. It's a handy trick if you're a complete nutcase like me. For once in his life, Tails is being useful. These are the last few special stages, so they're rock hard, like rocks. Don't throw rocks at me for doing this. Tails just needs a little direction in his life. Preferably a direction that doesn't lead him into bombs. Is it just me, or is it cool in here? This won't be easy. It'd be too easy if it were easy. I've got no time to take it easy. How many more times can I say easy? Tony Hawk would love this half-pipe. Remember that we have the power to run on ceilings. Sonic has sticky feet. At last! The 5th emerald! Too bad that wasn't the last one. We have 2 more left, in case you haven't been keeping up with the number stuff. I'm excited. And I'll be even more excited if you're excited, so get excited. Not many posts are left, so we'll need to be creative to get the last few emeralds. Good thing I suck at creativity. Unfortunately, we weren't fortunate enough to avoid backtracking. Collecting enough rings to enter special stages is a lot tougher at this point. There are many different ways to do this. I'm demonstrating the worst way possible. The best strategy here is to not do what I'm doing. What I mean is, don't try this at home. This next post we're going to is slightly hidden yet slightly not. Hidden in plain sight. Our target post is to the right. Right this way. Smell them sparkles. Maybe the hallucinogenic properties of the sparkles causes Sonic to imagine all these special stages. I think that's something to think about. How many girls is Sonic going to propose to with all these rings? I have given up on Tails at this point. You're on your own, buddy. It's every blue hedgehog for himself. Maybe I'm being too selfish. This is what happens when you don't control Tails. Our foxy friend sure took a beating. Cool? More like terrible. This game is really generous with its compliments. You have to memorize the positions of the rings because you can't always see what's up ahead. Don't get ahead of yourself. Sonic has a good head on his shoulders. Don't do anything stupid, Tails. What did I just say? Tails is cramping my style. That's not all he's cramping. No time to cool down. Practical gameplay hint of the day, don't do what Tails is doing. Bomb hoops ahead. Jump through the bomb hoops and hope you don't get bombed. Tails has 0 rings. Let's try and keep it that way. Since I have all the rings, I don't have to worry about Tails. Bombs away. I'm collecting rings while jumping through rings. Ringception. The 6th emerald graces us with its shiny presence. We've only got one left to go, everyone. I can't contain my enthusiasm. We're in a tough spot here because we're almost at the end of the level. More backtracking is necessary until we have the necessary rings before the necessary time. Was that really necessary? I'm more or less retracing my steps here. The rings come back after all, so I shouldn't feel ashamed for picking them up again. I should feel ashamed for retracing my commentary though. I like to pick up the invincibility multiple times because it makes me feel invincible. Now let's backtrack from our backtracking. Things are about to get hairy. Well, here goes nothing. This is it, folks, the final emerald. I don't know if I can do this. I'm awfully nervous. We need to pull out all the stops for this one. Time for plan Tails. 2 controllers, 2 tails. This part is way easier if you can master the 2 controller technique as I have. Does this count as cheating? Maybe, but it's really cool and that makes it okay. Bombs will stay like this for a while, so we're perfectly safe. Tails transforms from a hindrance into a help. I never thought this day would come. I'm so proud of him. Now that phase 2 is here, we need to change up our strategy a bit. And by that I mean we'll continue doing what we always do. Time for a bomb blowout. Left, right. You get the idea. The bombs are back for a burst. Not too bad if you memorize the pattern, like I have. I told you I'm crazy, remember? Phase 3 is where things get incredibly difficult. Brace yourself for this one. Rings are scattered all over the place. I can't possibly get them all. Believe me, I'm trying. This is trying my patience. So many rings, so little time. My strategy for this part is to jump a lot. By a lot, I mean many times. One problem. Tails has a lot of rings and we can't let him lose any. My solution is to frantically press the jump button on both controllers. Are we going to make it? I don't know. My heart is racing faster than Speed Racer. Wait a minute, did we do it? I can't believe it. We got all 7 Chaos Emeralds in the first zone of the game. I'll stand out like a sore thumb with my sore thumbs. Our reward for all this madness is Supersonic. How super. I couldn't have done it without your help. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. Don't leave just yet. We still have some unfinished business. We have a doctor to see. Let's welcome back Dr. Eggman as he welcomes us back. It's time to take out the trash. Was it rash of me to say that? Don't let him drill you with his drill. It's no thrill. Dr. Eggman is egg-centric. We don't take kindly to your kind around here. Done already? But I was only getting started. What a bad egg. Well, that marks the end of the beginning for our wonderful adventure. If you watched this video all the way through, then thank you. I really appreciate it. The future videos will be much shorter, so don't worry. I think we've seen all that we can see. In the next part, we pay a visit to Chemical Plant Zone. See ya then!